And if any of you guys are connecting to audio, be sure to mute the microphones, please. It does help. And Facebook Live. Excellent. Happy Friday, everybody. We're going to start with a variation on the 5-minute warm-up I like for 5 minutes of stretching. Just so you guys get a preview of it, it's going to be, instead of jumping jacks, just going side to side. Star stretches. Instead of squats, we'll do forward and back lunges. Try and drive your hips all the way down as far as you can, just to open up the hips. For push-ups, we'll be going down, doing alternating Supermans. So one hand up, one foot up. Working balance and stretching. We'll be doing, instead of mountain climbers, stepping up, planting your foot by your hands. Same thing, opening up the hips. And then the last one will be pigeons on our back. So you put one foot over, you stretch them and we'll alternate. So those are the 5 stretches I'll be going through with you. And start. Star stretches, go. This is a great variation of the 5-minute warm-up we all use. I usually like to do one of these at the start of the day or even before workouts as well. You can do this and then the regular 5-minute warm-up. So this will warm up your joints. 5-minute warm-up warms up your cardio. And again, these are more about stretching. They do not need to be fast at all. And in a couple seconds, we're going to be going lunges, depending on your space. Feel free to go forward or backward. And lunges, go. Again, these ones, try and keep your knees off the mat. Drive your hip down. Less about your quads, more about the hips. If it helps too, you can turn as you go down. You can go as far forward. Make the lunges as long and deep as you can. Again, more about stretching, much less about cardio right now. And next one we're going to be doing down in high plank and Superman. So keep the high plank. I find it helps keeping lighter feet. One hand, one foot comes up. Again, especially when we don't have regular humans pushing us around, jumping on us all day. Maybe some of you with kids do. I think it's important to keep your balance up to chops when we don't have our regular training regimen. Be sure to take care of your joints. Take care of your balance. Keep going with the Superman push-ups. Not much of a push-up, sorry, no push-up. And next one from the mountain climbers. Bring one leg forward on the outside of your foot. I'm going to change my camera. One leg forward. And alternate left and right. Again, very similar to the lunges. Drive your hip down as much as you can to the mat. It helps open your hips. Almost like a front split. 10 more seconds here. We're gonna open up the hips really wide. We're doing a lot of turtle, a lot of ref start positions. For you guys who are unfamiliar with ref start position, we'll be going over how it blends in with the turtle guard. And onto your backs. So this pigeon stretch, right from a crunchy position, cross your legs like you're relaxing. Just bring your hip into you. Same thing on the other side. Big emphasis on the hips. Keep coming here, and then we're going to have a short little burnout. Introduce you guys to the ref start position. And time. So the next one, for 1 minute, what we're going to do, if you guys are familiar with turtle guard, go to turtle guard, put your hands up and head high. From a ref start position, you keep your ankles high and active. You're ready to drive forward, not like turtle where you're trying to get low. So stay here, keep your butt higher in the air and engaged, then bring your knees off the mat. Make sure you're not going backwards, so you're sitting, but staying upright and engaged with your knees like at a 90-degree angle as much as you can. We're going to sit here and hold this ref start position for 1 minute. Go! So especially you guys will start to feel it in your glutes, hamstrings, and your calves. From the ref start position, this is where you're going to be launching into takedowns. You're going to be driving forward. You're going to be stopping people from flipping you over. This is a great position to be strong. Keep holding. Very similar to a plank, little more involved with the legs. Again, make sure your butt doesn't go too far back. It shouldn't be relaxing. And time. So we're going to go straight into a warm-up with a lot of the ref start positions. Ref start, again, looks very similar to turtle. In the ref start position, you almost need when you are in turtle. Turtle's very similar to closed guard. When you're all the way down, you are protected, but you can't move. You can't sweep. You can't reverse. Just like with your guard, you have to open it in order to grab a leg, in order to pull a guard. So you will be here when you're moving. You're in more danger, but you need it to advance position. So what we're going to do directly from that same ref start position, again, it's just a very tall turtle. We're going to bring one leg up and swing it through, just like a Jiu-Jitsu sit, back and forth. Make sure your hip and your glute doesn't touch the mat. Just going back and forth on one side. So we're just going to start on one side. Try and keep yourself in the air. Everyone's balance points are different, so you can adjust this back hand wherever you need to. More forward, more back, until you can smoothly go forward and back, forward and back. Everybody go. So again, this motion kind of simulates pulling into a guard, potentially standing up to start wrestling as well. Other side. So if you're ever sweeping and you want to come up, your hips come down. If you're ever wanting to abandon guard and start wrestling, you abandon that leg, hips come down. When you're defending a takedown, if you're already here, it's a little too late. Bring that leg back, hips go down. About 10 more seconds on this side. And time. Everyone that I can see, that's Brandon on Zoom, looks good. And a lot of these drills, especially with ref start and wrestling, the way I like to show them is stuff that you can do with a grappling bag, with a partner, but especially solo. So if you ever don't have anybody, if you like getting 2 or 3 days at home and you have mat or a floor, that's a great way to do it. So now we're going to do 2 types of sit out from the ref start position. Again, it's very hard to actually sit out when you're turtled. So from the ref start, we're going to do the regular sit out. Imagine you're going to their back. So this one you sit out. Again, this feels very familiar in Jiu-Jitsu. This is our Jiu-Jitsu sit. And step over. So you'll be at about a 90-degree angle to where you first started. You sit out the other side. Follow back. So sit outs, step all the way over. Left and right side, go. So what it looks like if you have a partner or a grappling bag, you sit on one side, now you're behind them. You come out that back door, underneath their armpit, look up at the ceiling, and pivot back. Now you're on the offensive. As you sit out, the bigger rainbow you make with your elbow, the better. Your hips should come all the way up, face the ceiling. The sit out is fast, but you want it to be a full motion. 15 more seconds, sit outs left and right. Then we're gonna go into a variation on the sit out. If you get nimble, you can do these back and forth, left and right without pause. And time. So very similar motion, other direction. We'll do the switch sit out. So if you imagine that you're in turtle, you sit out, same thing. We're here in the Jiu-Jitsu sit. And then you go all the way around. So you would be headlocking or a guillotine in front of them. So we do that one left and right. Same thing from the ref start position. Sit out. Hips all the way up. Eyes all the way up. Arm back. Now you just bring the leg over. All the way around. You should be doing a 180. So switch sit outs. Go. These ones will mix left, right, left, right, left, right. Alternating. If you guys get fast with this one, this is an amazing transition from bottom turtle to get into darces, anacondas, guillotines, any kind of choke from the front, from turtle to reverse them. About 30 more seconds on these. Switch sit outs, switch sit outs. Brandon especially, you look awesome with the hips facing the ceiling. The hips should do a total 180 and face up. That's good. And time. So the next one we're going to do, we have the regular sit out to the back, switch sit out to the front. But if you prefer to play guard, if you want to play guard, I know a lot of people like to say they're guard players, you need a way to get there, so you have to aggressively chase it. If you end up bottom turtle, or in this ref start position, and the person's in front of you, you're going to do a sit out forward. For anyone that caught the beginner jiu-jitsu I did on Thursday, you can reference that video with a lot of shrimping techniques, forward, backward, side to side. So this one from the ref start position, we're going to sit out, but not turn. Sit out directly forward. From here, you're going to have any guard option you want, from butterfly. Maybe you sit out with one leg and you grab a half guard. Maybe you sit out, pull all the way into a closed guard. So go, sit out to the front, same thing, left and right, left and right. We'll work this sit out from the rest start position, sitting out forward. So keep going with that. Again, if you need a demo of what it looks like, particularly with a sit out, if I'm underneath somebody, I come up, and I sit out forward. It's an aggressive guard pull, even to full guard. You have a great angle. You have a lot of momentum to take their balance off. Excellent. Couple more seconds on that one. Rest start. Sit out forward. Envision what your opponent's legs might be doing if they're standing. They have one knee down, both knees down. And picture whatever favorite guard you like. I like butterflies and X's, so I come out with my ankles. If you like closed guards, you can sit up and you're gonna probably figure four pretty quickly. And time. So the next ones we have, we're gonna do a little bit of a burnout, starting to work top side turtle. So all of those motions translate to top side turtle, bottom side turtle, and again, these rest start positions. Another place we find ourselves here is not just turtle, but on top turtle. One spot we find ourselves a top turtle is if someone is shooting on us. So from the rest start, we're gonna stay here, keep a strong back, eyes forward. You sprawl all the way backward. Not looking to bridge the hips. Hips all the way down as much as you can. Back up to rest start, sprawl. Rest start, sprawl. Both legs at the same time, so it's a center sprawl. 1 minute, go. Be sure when you come back to the rest start position, your knees are touching the ground. From that point, you'll usually have someone either attaching or on you. Knees touch, all the way sprawl. You stay as low as possible. Rest start, low as possible on the sprawl. 10 seconds. And time. Nice work, nice work. So the rest of the rest start positions we'll be doing are imagining if you're on a top turtle position. Again, maybe you collar drag somebody and now you're in top turtle. Some people don't like top turtle. Some people are very good turtle players. Maybe they shot in on you. You're starting to defend. Whether it's a double or a single leg, you're still top turtle. Maybe they pulled turtle guard and you're now trying to attack. Guillotines, Kimuras, taking the back, anything like that. A lot of these same hip motions also work themselves into top turtle as well, which is why I chose a lot of these rest start positions. They have a lot of similar hip motions, and we'll start to see the connections with them. So one of the first ones from the same rest start position, if anyone's done the high crotch takedown, it's a big rainbow all the way around. It's only deep enough if you can touch your own butt. You sweep all the way around, touching your hip or your glute all the way down on one side, and then we're going to sprawl to that same side. The reason we do that, if somebody's arms are around me, a sprawl will not help. They have your legs, they have your hips. So you sweep all the way around, sprawl that side. All the way around, sprawl that side. So if they have the left leg, underhook that arm, kick them away from it. You get your leg back. Do not let anybody touch your hips. So left and right, rest start, rainbow, sprawl. Rainbow, sprawl. So this now is working our left and right sprawls. Alternating rainbow, sprawl, go. Same thing, our hip is coming down. You're not just throwing the leg back in a bridge, throwing the hip down as you come. You need to get that leg as far away from your hand as possible. Now I have an underhook and kicking it back. Underhook, kicking it back. So again, if you have a grappling bag or a partner, have them wrap all the way around you. You'll feel it. You can't dig an underhook from the top. Rainbow, sprawl. Rainbow, sprawl. Rainbow, sprawl. Keep that one going. About 30 more seconds for this one. Looking good. Brandon, after the rainbow, make sure you keep your arm bent. It is going to be underhooking them. So think of it's on their collarbone, their shoulder, or their elbow. You will have an underhook and ripping them away from you. So not quite coming here, that's a weak underhook. I want a big Thor underhook and kick. Big underhook. Flex your muscles. Show them they cannot have your leg. No. Underhook. No. Time. So the next one's going to be very similar. Working off of that same motion. We're going to assume from the ref start, you've already sprawled one leg. When you've sprawled one leg, you're just going to do a back step 180, and I should turn 180. So if I have the right leg sprawled, hip down, again, assuming I have an underhook, a collar tie, something here, back stepping. The thought being, getting your leg away from them. Now I'm starting to get all of my legs away from them. We're going to come behind them. When I'm out like this, they can't get to your hips. This is a great time, if you are choosing to wrestle, to plow the back of their head into the mat. So I have one leg away. No. Like a dog that did something bad, you put their nose in it. No! Same thing. Left and right, just back stepping. A nice trick for this one, just like with a lot of these other hip heavy motions, keep your hips in the air. When I'm up here, I don't want my butt touching the mat. That takes weight off of them. I want to be high, so all of my weight goes on the back of their shoulder, back of their head. Same thing, left and right, alternating. Already starting in that sprawl position from a ref start, back step. Again, this one's a 180 motion. You should be facing directly behind you. And if you like, of course, you can do the same rainbow, sprawl, back step. Excellent. Sprawl, back step. Rainbow, sprawl, back step. So again, if someone's coming in really heavy, keep going. Someone's coming in really heavy, this is a great way to have them blow right by, shove their head in the mat, and let them come past you like a train. So, same motions you'll notice as the sit out. My hips face up, my head faces the ceiling, hips are heavy. Time! Now we're going to put them all together and I'll show you guys how we can use them in live wrestling as well as shadow wrestling. Shadow wrestling I think is really important, and having as many different types of sprawls to defend a takedown is very important as well. So now if we imagine from the ref start position, rainbow, sprawl one side, back step. Again, from here, It's just my jiu-jitsu sit. We're going to safe stand up. Just staying to our knees, and I'll show you why. Again, if you have a grappling dummy, if you have a partner, someone shooting in on you, I'm not in a good position. Underhook, get the leg free. Back step here. From here, the safe stand up. Now I'm behind them. We went from a very bad defensive position getting shot on to having an underhook, sprawling the leg away, changing the angle. Now I'm behind them. We've all been in this position from turtle, the side ride, however you want to end up there. Start attacking the back, start attacking chokes. And one more time if you haven't started. Rainbow. Single side sprawl, back step, safe stand up. Rainbow. Sprawl, back step, safe stand up. And go. So if you start thinking about the ways that you wrestle, if you've ever been in these positions when you wrestle, or potentially not even wrestling, jiu-jitsu, people do the old school sweep all the time. They're wrestling and taking you down. You still sprawl, take your leg out of the equation, spin behind them, now you're on the offense. Keep going, repping these ones out. This is a fantastic way also to drill 4 habits. Getting an underhook, sprawling the leg away from them, changing the angle, and getting behind them. Again, this is a fantastic way. When you guys see wrestlers spin behind somebody, they can spin very fast. And it's 4 entire motions. We built up very slowly. Underhook, sprawl, back step, safe stand. Underhook, sprawl, back step, safe stand up. Keeping going. So especially when you shadow wrestle, anytime you're shadow wrestling and you just sprawl, well, yeah, you can sprawl. Or you can sprawl, back step, come back up, reshoot, sprawl again, sprawl again. You get to add all of these motions into your repertoire, into your muscle memory for when we come back, when you start wrestling live with other people, if you have partners, if you have grappling bags, anything like that. Time. How much time do we have? Excellent. So from here, did anyone have any questions on those motions? Either the turtle or the ref start top turtle positions? Looking good. I know Victor's good. He's sitting there laughing at me. So what we'll do now, if you have mats, if you have any kind of flat area, again, you do not need a partner, do not need a grappling bag. We're going to go straight into shadow wrestling. From the shadow wrestling, use whatever setups, whatever footwork, whatever shots you want, and see if you can incorporate this motion. So whether you collar drag someone down, whether you shot and you failed, now you're going to start sprawling backwards and spin behind them. If you can do a 180 while you're wrestling, you're coming behind someone, changing the angles. It's an awesome way to get comfortable with it versus Mortal Kombat fighting this forward and back. So use your sprawls, use your shots, change the angles. See how much you can start turning using all these new tools. Whether you're envisioning yourself on the bottom underneath a shot or on top defending shots. Shadow wrestling, we'll go. So if you have hardwood, if you have only linoleum, anything like that, and you don't have puzzle mats or a soft carpet, especially on the sprawls, keep them smooth. Try to do it so you don't make a sound as you go down, otherwise you'll get bruised hips. And maybe you reverse all of these motions. You can turn, sit out of a low single, come around for guillotines, headlocks. You can start stitching together these motions however you want. If you feel like incorporating guard pulling into your jiu-jitsu as well, you can do the safe stand-ups and sit-outs into shots, into defenses. And time! Excellent work. Thank you for everyone joining me on the Zoom meeting. As well as anyone watching Facebook Live, I'm going to put together a quick video on how this looks shadow wrestling like we did, as well as on a grappling bag, and how it looks with a partner. Because again, you could be top turtle, you could be defending a double leg, defending a single leg. So there's a lot of different positions that particular combo works really well. And again, just for solo drilling, it works a ton of really good habits and motions that start to become very second nature, whether you're bottom turtle, top turtle. The sprawls, the hip motions, getting the arms clear, they're all the same thing. So again, you've got turtle guard, ref start. If we ever talk about ref start position, it's more of a wrestling term than jiu-jitsu, but we'll use it. If anyone has any feedback, questions, good videos to share, of course, get in touch with me or on the Facebook threads. Other than that, we will see you guys later. Thank you so much. Us!